Everybody, Vince Dowd, the founder of Serene Investor and hijackedmind.com. Before we start, I do want you to pause the video if you can and read the disclaimer. Please understand that the information I'm going to go through right now is only for educational purposes and it is not recommendation or advice to buy any specific security or coin or any type of financial advice at all. You always must check with your broker or financial advisor. Okay, so let's get into it. I wanted to show you really quickly here. I'm here at the Dallas Bitcoin conference, and I'm meeting a lot of great people, a lot of presentations from different ICOs and different coins, different technology. So it's been really, really good. And I'll do an update today to put on YouTube about so far what I've learned. I am leaving early tonight because I'm flying to Europe tomorrow. But let's look at Bitcoin. Now, if you followed my videos, you know I talked about the rise of Bitcoin and then this head and shoulder pattern, the breakdown that I projected that would happen, which did, went down past its 200 period moving average. And then, people said, well, they're buying, and it's okay. I mean, if you're buying long term and you're very bullish, maybe it was a good time to buy. However, I don't typically buy in on a falling knife, so I would rather miss some upside potential to ensure the upward pattern is still in effect. So I want to show you kind of what I'm seeing right now. You can see that it's come all the way down to a low of around 5,995, and then it pivoted right back up, had a lot of volume over here, and then it started to move back up. Now, a couple things to bring your attention to is the RSI is moving back up, which is pretty good. It's taking out these highs. Particularly the MACD has created this lower low right along with this low. And then it broke to the upside right here. We had a cross on the MACD, and we had the histogram moving higher, which shows some energy, some momentum coming in as buyers stepped in. Now we can see that this midterm moving average, the 50 period, has come down to the 200 period, but instead of crossing down through it, it bounced and turned. So we have a button hook right here, if you can see that. It bounced right off the 200 and button hooked. And then also the long-term moving average, this red one, is called the 200 period moving average. Now, I'm sorry, that's the 50 period. I have my colors wrong, I apologize. Let me look at these again. We have the 200 is the magenta, the 50 is the red. Okay, so anyway, the 50 period moving average has come down and curves showing a downtrend midterm while it's been in a downtrend short term, and then long term has been going up. So we're still in a long term uptrend as long as the 200 period moving average stays sideways or pointing up. Now here's where we're at right now. It's really critical as Bitcoin has moved up really strong in the last week or so, week and a half. This 50 period moving average is acting as resistance right along with this downward trend line that I drew. So these are two critical areas that this has to punch through. For it to punch through there, it's going to take some momentum, some energy, potentially some good volume of buying coming in. So there should be some good buying coming in when it breaks through this. That will cause people that have been sitting on the sidelines to buy because it's breaking through the upside resistance. Now when it does that, a lot of times there's a lot of energy and a lot of people are selling that bought over here. So therefore you might see it come back down, maybe consolidate a bit before it starts to go higher. So to me, I'm watching this because a lot of times stocks that are still in the downtrend will come up and hit this and then turn and go back down again and create another low, maybe a double bottom or a new low. So for me, I'm not buying anymore until I see what it does here. And if it breaks out and goes sideways, that's a good buy opportunity. Or if it breaks out, that's a good buy opportunity as well. You just got to know that it could break out, come right back down, and do what we call a fake out. So right now it's at a critical point. We want to see what happens. Potentially this big move down, from 20,000 all the way down to 5,000 is a huge, 75% retracement. So that's huge. So I think it's had a lot of air taken out of it, which is really, really good. We've had some news out about credit cards with Coinbase not being accepted anymore, and a lot of different things going on. So this right now is one I would be watching very closely. And of course, that will lead us into the other coins that are following suit. And you can see here that, Ethereum is in the same position as the downtrend's pushing, ready to break through this 50 period moving average. Monero is right at it, broke through already, and is pushing. It's holding. So it looks positive right now, but I think we have to wait and see another day or two whether or not this is going to turn to another bullish leg up. All right, so today, just so you know what's on tap, I'm going to be listening to several different speakers, including John McAfee, coming out today at 1 o'clock. And I've made some connections with the founders of the Super Bitcoin Conference, Josh and Richard Jacobs. I've made some connections along the way. It always helps with your network to improve your net worth. And of course, the fact that I work with Damon John and work with some high-end names always gets doors open for me. So that's a great opportunity. So I'll keep you guys posted on what I learn, what I do. I've been out to New York working with some of the Bitcoin companies and listening to their presentations last week. This week here, next week I'm in Europe. So anyway, just want to share that with you. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And until the next video, which I'll hopefully do today, we'll talk to you all soon. Have a fantastic day in the financial markets.